Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be doing my top 5 memories from Breath of the Wild. Now for this list it's going to be some of my favourite memories that you can find in Breath of the Wild. Now in this list I'm going to be having some of the memories from every memory you can find. So the memories you can find on your Sheikah slate, the memories you can find when you had your time with the champions, and also the DLC memories from the Champions Ballad. And yeah, so for number 5 is the ceremony type memory, which is the first one, where Zelda is blessing both Link and the Master Sword, and the champions are talking to each other. Now, what I like about this memory is that not only do the champions interact with each other about how they think about both Link and Zelda, and how Rivali is talking about how he's thinking about Link, but I do like how Zelda references Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Skyward Sword, and when she says adrift in time, Skyward Bound, or in the deep parts of Twilight. I think that's like a nice verbal reference to the previous games of the timeline. For number 4 is the final DLC memory where the King of Hyrule is knighting all the champions as the champions of the Gorons, the Gerudo, and so on and so forth. And I do like how towards the end of the memory the champions are talking about the Sheikah slate and how it can take photos, and I do like how Daruk basically if you've seen the memory, it's when he pushes everyone to the center of the photo. For number 3 is the secret memory that you can find once you've found all the other memories on the Sheikah slate. And what I like about this one is that not only does Zelda protect Link from the Guardians and all the other neighbouring Guardians that are near Link and Zelda with their sealing powers, but when Link falls and is on the verge of death, we get to hear the sound of Fi. And what I mean by this is that in Skyward Sword, whenever Fi would emerge from the Master Sword or Goddess Sword, or however you want to call it, and whenever she goes back in, you'll hear this sort of like bleeping, flashing sort of sound. And I do like how Zelda is able to communicate with Fi, even though we don't get to see Fi talking. It's just sort of like a blip sort of thing, if you know what I mean. For number 2 is the Daruk DLC memory. And what I like about this one is that he gets to talk with Zelda, and he gets to talk about how he's going to defend Hyrule with all his might. But then towards the end of the memory, he's scared of dogs, and then I think that's quite funny of how this Goron champion, who's almighty and all powerful and with brute force, and he's got all this muscle power and everything, is scared of little Hylian animal, or basically your average animal you see in your house as a pet, even know what I mean. And for number 1, for my first all-time memory favourite thing from Breath of the Wild, is again Daruk, but with Link this time. And what I like about this one is that with the one he had with Zelda, with the memory thing, he's with Link this time. And what I like about this one is how Daruk is congratulating Link at being the appointed knight with Zelda. And I like how in the end of the memory, Daruk protects both him and Link from falling boulders, and he says that it's because Death Mountain hasn't been active for decades. Now, I like to theorize just for a bit that this has to do something with King Dodongo, and I like to think how King Dodongo might have caused that earthquake and how it caused some boulders to fall down. And I like to think that if that is true, I would like to see King Dodongo be brought into the sequel, if that's a possibility. So yeah, that's been my top 5 favourite memories from Breath of the Wild. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and like this video and stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.